The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, take vengeance on the Midianites for the children of Israel. Afterwards you shall bring gather to your people. So Moses spoke to the people, saying, arm yourself for war, and let them go against the Midianites and take vengeance from the Lord on the Midianites. 1,000 from each tribe of all the tribes of Israel you shall send to war. 5.
So there were recruited from the division of Israel 1,000 from each tribe, 12,000 armed for the war. Then Moses sent them to war, 1,000 from each tribe. He sent them to war with Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, the holy articles, and the signal trumpet in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites, just as the Lord commanded Moses. And they killed all the males.
I wanted to say this, guys, in case you all, I noticed something that I noticed at first you all weren't doing it now. You are doing it because we've been in the Old Testament for some time. You're beginning to say the names. You're beginning to actually say the names. So that's beautiful. Because I said, not knowing the name or misnaming it or saying it wrong can certainly put a damper on your understanding of the scriptures, whether you know it or not. So yeah, you got the names. But anyway, go ahead. Is that well? What did you do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 8.
They killed the kings of Midian, along with the rest of the Midians, along with the rest of their slain. Ebi, and Rekem, and Zor, and Hor, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. They also killed Balaam, the son of Beor, with the sword. The sons of Israel captured the women of Midian and their little ones, and all their cattle, and all their flock, and all their goods they plundered.
10.
They also burned all the cities where they dwelt in their forts, and they took all the spoil and all the booty of man and beast.
Then they brought
Captives.
captive the booty and the spoil to Moses, to
Eleazar,
the priest, and to the congregation of the children of Israel, to the camp in the plain of Moab,
Moab,
by the Jordan across
from Jericho.
the Jordan. And Moses,
Eleazar,
the priest, and the leaders of the congregation went to meet them outside of the camp.
14.
Moses was angry with the officers of the army, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, who had came from the battle. And Moses said to them, have you kept all the women alive? Look, these women caused the children of Israel, though the counsel of Balaam, to trespass against the Lord in the incident of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord.
18.
17.
Or 17. Okay.
Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man by lying with him. But all the young girls who have not known man by lying with them alive for yourself.
Keep going, 19. I have that on my laptop. The rest of this is on my laptop. Go ahead.
Who?
You,
Me? Oh, okay. Encamp outside the camp 7 days. Whoever of you has killed any person, and whoever has touched any slain, purify yourself and your captives on the 3rd day and on the 7th day.
Is that a law? That's where we stopped at, guys. Isn't that a law? So if they kill someone, then what was the law?
stay away from everybody else.
For how long?
7 days?
That's it, just like what it said. 7 days is when they're supposed to stay away. And so they did stay away for 7 days. I have to give you the rest, because that was it. I think I checked from Adrian, she says pray for her. She said Kaiser, I was sick with stomach pains, she started about 2, I'm waiting to see the doctor. So she hasn't seen the doctor yet.
Adrian.
Adrian. Okay. So anyway, so now by looking at the text, we see, and then I just have to give it to you all, because it's going to take too long to print. But it says, and I told you that we stopped at, was it 18? But keep alive for yourself. See it? That's what we stopped at. So, but keep alive for yourself, all the young girls who have not known a man. We talked about that last week, right? And then 19 says, and as for you, see it? 19, 7 days, they got to stay out. Why? Because they've not only been around a dead body, they have also touched dead bodies. As well as they've touched anything that's dead, they are to remove themselves. Look at it again, 19. Outside the camp. And why are they? And here's the question. And I know it's on my sheet, but here's the question. Then, why then do we have eulogies? And we bring the bodies in here. Did you hear me? And we bring the bodies in here.
And sometimes all in the casket with you.
You see what I'm saying? When they really, it shouldn't come in reality. In reality, like I said, we bring in a picture, yeah, but to bring the body in, it shouldn't be. As a matter of fact, guess who should not touch the body? Are they around?
The minister.
The minister. Shouldn't be around? No. Should not even be around the dead body. But that's what I said, and yet at the same time, we're the ones trying to hold everybody up, be strong about this. And I mean, we're looking dead at the body when somebody wants to open the casket, which should never be in the first place. That's another thing. You know, open the casket. Well, you know what? You gave what was it that they call a viewing? You gave the viewing of the body. That's sufficient. Since you gave the viewing of the body, then really, if we're going to do it, then it should be that the purpose of the viewing of the body was so that it be a closed casket. It should have been a closed casket. And really, but one deeper than that, not only is it a closed casket, but it shouldn't even came into the church. It should be set over on its way to the burial grounds, or in the location of the burial grounds. So that when we come out, this is the thing, when we come out, remember, I in particular should not be around that body. But I just thought that this is interesting because what we say as, well, that was a culture. This is not a culture. This is God's law. You hear me? That's not a culture. That's God's law. Culture is whatever you do with the body and how you do it. But the law is that for 7 days, and that would mean 7 days, that would mean that I need to be out of your worship for those 7 days. So that would mean I need not to be preaching for that week, and nor do I need to be in your location. I need to be, I guess, at home somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you start to think about it. Just wanted to throw that at you because that's there. But anyway, guys, he says, the purpose of this was, we know because of the touching of any slain, purify yourself and your captives on the 3rd day or on the 7th day. So there is something that needs to take place. Then God says, I want to be specific. Once again, remember, he said he's a God of order, he's a God of detail. So watch 20, he's a God of detail. He says what?
Purify every garment. Everything made of leather. Everything woven of goat's hair. And everything made of wool.
So everything was to be what? Okay, what is purified? Clean. So everything has to be clean. So everything has to be done. See, they don't have tag. So then they had to do what?
It's boiling,
Huh?
then they boil it,
Yeah, so they have to put it in the water.
big pot.
Yeah, yeah.
Wash pot.
Yeah, because it's got to be washed. And so everything has got to be washed. Normally with leather, it does what? Shrinks. Okay. So you have to think on this. So I'm sure they had a certain way of doing this because you don't want what you have to shrink. Now remember, they couldn't go to Macy's. Yeah, see what I'm saying? To go pick up another one. So it would be some kind of way where they have to wipe it clean. You know, not wash it, but wipe it clean. Because not only will leather, but you know what wool will do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that wool touches water. Okay, you look like you think you got a baby sweater when it comes back. Or I've done Renee's like that.
Yeah, that was a good reason for Miss Renee to go back to the store.
And I said, oh my God, look at it. I said, look at the baby sweater.
She said she must have been walking again.
Okay. So that's what it do. Then watch 21, he says what?
And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war, which went to the battle, this is the ordinance of the law which the Lord commanded Moses.
Didn't I say that?
Said it was a law.
That's a law. You can't get around it. This is a law. This is something they require you to do. I've always said when he removes a law, then we go along, then we honor it. But when there's a law that says, who says it's to change? Who changed the law? You say, look at your own worship, animal sacrifice. Who changed that law? Yeah, Jesus. And now how did he change the law? Your scripture says what? Once and for all, right? Remember that? He says, so there's no more need for animal sacrifice. He says, for Christ once and for all has made that ultimate sacrifice. So then that's if someone challenges you, now that's where this come in at. Because a lot of times you don't realize that somebody wants to challenge you why you do things. But not that they're going to go back and look at it themselves, not that they're going to change themselves, but they do this just to start conversation or really just to start debate. I said I think to Lenny, and I know I've talked to my wife, I mentioned it to you, Steve, the other day, the little debate that I had with a young lady. I really didn't expect. I really didn't. After that, because now this young lady is embarrassed by the fact because you asked me to call it out. So I called it out. So I said, we're going to bring you on. Bring that individual that's told you he's speaking tongues. Bring, I'll talk to him. I don't have a problem with it. Even though I knew he would not come out. But bring him. I said, and once I expose him, then what are you going to do? And then that's when I got hit with, well, you have mastered the Bible. So he hasn't.
So now you really want to say that?
Right. But these are the things that when people when you corner them and they have no outlet, then this is what they do. They either accept it and move forward, or they reject it and say, bye-bye, I'm not coming. That's it. So anyway, by looking at this is his ordinance and commandment. Let's move on. He says now, 22, he says what?
Only the gold and the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that may abide the fire, ye shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation. And all that abideth not the fire, ye shall make go through the water.
So then, now, you see what he's doing? See how he tells you that? See, anything that can go through fire,
Go put it through fire.
put it through fire. You got to embrace it, send it through fire. Whatever it is you've got, send it through fire. It's going to cleanse it. It's going to make it purified. I'm sure he didn't say put it there and leave it there. I'm sure he says put it through. So let it go through the fire. The fire alone will purify in the eyesight of God. So what I'm going to do then is put my wool suit through the fire.
Yeah.
With a flame.
I will put my leathers through the fire. You see what I'm saying? That's why, like you said, Lenny, the water. So you got water, one substance is water, the other is fire. Bottom line is, you must do these things. Now he talks about the individual himself. So on 24 says what?
You shall wash your clothes on the seventh day, and ye shall be clean, and afterwards ye shall come into the camp.
So now that he's taking care of everything. Everything has been done, so now you can come in. Because everything has been cleansed. But remember, just because you were out of camp for 7 days and didn't do this, you still can't come back. This has to be completed before you can come back. I said, what are you saying? God never gives or tells us to do something and it's not incomplete. It's always complete. Always complete. And so here he says, here's how you can come back to me. Cleanse yourself. It's the same way with us. How do we get back to God? Repentance. So we must repent. That's your cleansing. That's the cleansing that says, as a matter of fact, he says that if you don't cleanse yourself, he says what you need to do is Matthew the 5th chapter. Leave your arms where?
At the altar.
At the altar. And then he says what? And then he says what? That's not a complete thought.
And then go to the blood.
Then he says go. Go because you still need to get some repentance. So go because you need to repent. In other words, that which needs to be handled, arms meant the finances. So the temple still needs to go on. The church still needs to go on. So since it still needs to go on, it still can use your finances. It does not make it dirty, is what I'm saying. But you got to go because you are dirty. You're still unclean. So you leave it here and then you go. I said, so often do you see this? You go to different churches and what do? You put your contribution in. When they pass the tray around, you do what? You put your contribution in. Where should your contributions be? To what?
To your home.
To your home. It should still went to your home. You said, if that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But that doesn't account for where you should have been. And so often do we miss. Because we say, well, I've done good. You've heard of that? I did good. And I've always made the statement, what is good? I've always made that statement. What do you consider good? Well, I did this, it was good. Nothing is good unless it is done according to God's will.
Amen.
That's when it's called good. I did a good thing. I put my arms in the altar. In the location, because I'm in Texas. So what I do is I give my contribution to those in Texas. And you say, so I've done a good thing. When God said, no, you haven't. Now, and here's I give you a good example. Brother King.
He leaves it.
When he doesn't leave it, when he comes back, what does he do? I would say the collection is higher because he puts in whatever it was he was supposed to, he puts it in the collection. So Brother King is a great example. I've heard he's done that. He gets my fingers brought to my attention. So that tells me that he does understand scripturally that wherever I am, great. If I want to contribute to that place, then I do. But it never interferes with whatever I am to give. There are some churches of Christ that I've heard now do an annual report. I want to check to see what you make annually.
What you make or what you need.
What you make annually. They want to see what you make annually.
Well,
And then they'll come to you and tell you then what, this is what you should be given weekly.
Based on what? I thought it was something that you did.
Based on how much you
Yeah,
send.
based upon your annual.
They send you a survey.
But how are they gonna tell you what you should? Which means they're gonna break it down to a percentage, which is like top,
Or 10.
10%.
Uh,
But when we get up there and say, give from your heart.
oh, no. I'm not in denial of that. I'm saying what they do.
Oh, okay.
This is what they do. I'm not saying it's right. Yeah.
Jones, they used to do that too.
Oh,
They
they-
give a survey.
Yeah, that's
To
it.
see what's your annual income, between 50 and 60,
There it is.
30 and 40.
That's
And
it.
then what are your hobbies and stuff like that?
Oh, they try to do a slip.
Yes.
Yes.
And so
And
now.
then they send you a statement based on how much,
there.
they discourage people from offering without the envelope.
Huh?
Yeah, they
So what
discourage people, like if you wanted to just put your money and send it, you gotta put it in the envelope. And
So,
put how much.
and what's your, how much?
Because that way they have their name and they know they can keep up with it.
Well,
Rather, they can keep a tally of how much is coming in too. And then at the end of the year,
Well, that's what, accountability,
the next year, they send you, no, but the following year too, they send you a statement.
well,
saying
that's
how much
for
you-
tax purposes.
That's what tax.
Yeah, but what's, that I'm not knocking that. This is what you this is what you gave. So now you can go do that, write that on your taxes. What I'm knocking though is, like you said, I've got an annual, I know where you are, so what your expectations are, is this is what you're putting in. So when I look in your envelope, and you're supposed to be putting $40 in, I'm looking at you ain't got but $10 in this envelope. I need to talk to you. I need to pull you
That's
to the
what they
side
do too.
and talk to you and tell you that God doesn't approve of you putting $10. So you
They
need
said
to
your
increase.
average, like you would tell you that your average, based on your contribution, your average X
And that's
amount.
not- and then think about it too, when you do that, and then remember this, they can't do it. You say, but what about my bills? No, you give to who
The
first?
Lord will provide.
You give to who first? You're supposed to give to God first anyway. So that's what they're doing. See what they do, they take what they want to take, and I'm going to give, you're supposed to give to God based upon what I see of your annual. But I got bills. Well, but you still need to give this much. But I got bills. So if my light goes out, you see what I'm saying? Because, well, you know what? But that's a concern. No, that's a bill. And my understanding, when I produce that bill, hear me?
Obligation.
Yes, that's an obligation. And God wants you to meet that obligation. See, there's nothing wrong with you having credit cards. Hear me? And you've used your credit card to pay stuff. As long as you do what? Pay, because that's an obligation. You've now made an oath or a vow saying to that company, I will pay you, and whatever there is that they say, well, then what you can give us is a minimum. It's what they want you to do. They want you to give a minimum. Right, because now, when it's all said and done, now instead of paying that little $300 off for 2 years, it's now 10 years that you can pay that little bit off. So they're smart. They're saying, we want to make income. I think the average credit card is 29%. Yeah, I know it's up there. I think that average credit card. 24, 20. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm
It all
saying.
depends on the credit rating.
Huh?
Some
Yeah,
have more.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
Credit
an
score.
average, so like you said, 24.
29 is high. That's a default rate.
No, that's not your fault. That's a normal. That is a normal, now I have to say that. It sure is, but like I said, I will go with you too, and doing your, because you're right. But I also look at your FICO, look at your credit, and now what I'm saying is the 29 ain't your 29. The 29 is about 30, 35, 34, that's what I'm saying. But the average, it used to be, you could get them for 15%, you used to get them, I've seen some, or I know when we was in the business, where we could give you an introductory rate, and it'd be 3%. But it's only for 1 year. And the key is for you to keep buying. Because by that year it's over with, now you're back up to 24%. And now you're paying off of that. But for that year, I let you walk. There are some with zero, right? That zero interest for a year. Because why? They want you to see zero interest. And so, boy, I can do this and do that. And in your mind, I can buy this because I'll have this paid off before the year is over. They know, got you. You're not going to pay that off. Then there's the other one called promotion. You've seen the promotional, you didn't know it, I was like, boom. It came, I said, I'll never forget it when we got the heating and air conditioning system, and my bill was nice. I said, well, that wasn't bad for us to get the heating and air conditioning, and it's very expensive to have that put back into the house. Then the promotion was over, and shoot, I said, what's going on there? And then they found out, well, you have a promotion. Well, I can't pay it. Now you want to get it back where I can pay it? You know what I'm saying? Well, let me see what we can do. Yes, I think you should. Okay? And they're figuring if I don't, then I can get you. Because I can do what? Lenny's in the business, so it goes into collection, right, Lenny?
What?
And so when I don't pay, then it goes into collection. Collection tells us what you find. Or that card that you saw, and they said 0% down, interest. And then they said, 3% is the interest rate. And then they ran your FICA, and then when it came to you, you can't figure out why it's up to 7, 8, 15. I've heard some people give me a nightmare on what they're paying for a car. I've heard 20%. I'm like, what? On a car? But I've actually heard this. People have actually come to me and told me, I had somebody recently tell me his was up to 20-something and he's down to 17 or 15, and he's rejoicing because it's down to that. And I'm like, for a car? That is way up there.
Doctors are also charging e-concierge fees now, $2,500 a year to see them.
What?
$2,500. Many of them, especially in Santa Monica.
Wow, that's crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to let you see that, but let's get on back. I said we're at 25. 25 says what?
Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, count up the plunder that was taken of man and beast, you and Eleazar the priest, the chief fathers of the congregation.
I've done this. I've got that's what I told you, it's on my system. I don't know if I can. I wish I could go on printers. I wanted you to see how this is broken down.
Email it to me.
Huh?
Email it to me.
It's on my Word. It's not on my, what's the name? It's on my Word. It's on my computer on the Word.
Is it on?
My laptop to take it off the Word, and then I can mail it to you. Then I can put it on my email. You see what I'm saying? It's got to go to my email. So it's on Word, and it's got to go to email. So anyway, guys, like I said, I will show you this. Next week you'll see it. And then at least you'll have the documents where you can see it. But remember, he says count up the plunder. They got to count up the plunder, right? That was taken up of man and beast. See, you and Eleazar, the priest and the chief fathers of the congregation. Do you see now also what's going on? We see the priest basically doing what for the temple? He basically does what? Provides everything for the temple, right? This is what we see. He provides everything. But do you see now he goes beyond just providing for the temple. Now he's doing what? He's doing accounting. See this? Now he's doing accounting work. Because him and the congregation are to come in, so every piece, every spoil, every booty that they got, it has to be now laid before the priest. And then now they've got to add it all up, and then they got to break it down 12 by 12 tribes. Then it's going to be broken again because you got to give God his portion. Then it's going to be broken again because you got to give the priest. And that's why I say this is what's on my chart. And I was going to show you everything on the chart so you can see it. So you won't have to worry about it. I'll show you. When you see it, it's amazing. Because then you say, wow. Then it shows that they did give back to God. So whatever it was that they got, they did have to give a certain portion to God, and they had to give a certain portion to the priest. Remember, the priest couldn't do anything. Remember, the priest's job was nothing but the temple. Remember, they didn't go out. Remember, they don't own anything. Remember, the priests don't own anything. So you got to remember that. See, that would be the thing too. And that would have been like I said, when I came here, I was stated, and even at the time when, somebody was in those apartments upstairs when I came. Remember that girl, that lady that was doing the supplies or something? Remember, she was there. But it was brought to my attention when we're going to have to remove, she's got to go, because now we have a minister. And it was brought to my attention. And I made the statement, no, you don't have to let her go anywhere, because I own a home. So I'm at my home. I'm not about to give that home up. I want to find out from my new tax guy that he stated, what you should have done was take it, even if you have a home, you take it. And even if somebody had went in it, meaning you go ahead and let them go in it, it's now like they would be paying rent to you that goes off of your taxes. He's a CPA, he knows how to do this, but he says this is the way that would work, and that would certainly be to your advantage if you had a business. I did. So he says, no problem. And he says, I'm not giving you loopholes. He said, because I too am a Christian. What I'm giving to you, what's right, what is yours. This is what you are supposed to have. He says, so I'm going to do right. This is, you don't feel like you're sneaking or you're not taking anything. Everything I'm going to give you is legit. And he says, because now when the government runs, he says, you're with CPA now, I deal with billions of dollars. He says, I can show everything. So you never have to worry about it again. But anyway, that's what I said. Looking at this, getting back, they're to divide the plunder, right? See, they were first accounted. 27, they're to do what?
And divide the plunder.
And they're to
into
divide
two
the
parts.
plunder. See that into what?
Between those who took part in the war, who went out to battle, and all the congregation.
So listen what he's saying. So you're to divide the plunder what into two parts, right? Then he shows you two parts, right? Those who went out to war, right?
Right.
He says, well, look at your text again. Read it again, 27.
Okay. And divide the plunder into two parts, between those who took part in the war, who went out to battle.
Does that sound like two people?
And all the congregation.
Or does it sound like three?
To me, it sounds like between those who took part in the war. That means that's the same as who went out to battle. Those are the people who took part.
I want to think like that. That's what I said too. I want to think like that. But I don't have to take part in the war, or I don't have to go out to battle. You hear what I'm saying? Captain, you lost? Because let me say this. Watch this. If I drew out the plan, I'm the general. I don't have to go to the war, but I did take place in the war. See what I'm saying? And I gave all the instructions on what you are to do, but I don't go to the war. You see what I'm saying? But I actually don't go into the, I don't take a sword coming in. That's why I said, somebody said it sounds like three. It really does. Because if you look,
to me, because I'm looking at between those who took part in the war.
they took part in the war.
Which were those who went out to battle.
Oh, but it doesn't say which. But you see what I'm saying? But it doesn't say which.
Mine does.
Huh?
Mine does.
What does it say?
It says, "And divide the prey into two parts, between them that took the war upon them who went out to battle, and between all the congregation."
Yeah, you got the same thing. So you're saying the same thing we're saying.
Because it's got an "and" there that separates the two.
Yes.
Right. So by,
It sounds more like two.
Huh?
I don't know about you.
so watch this. So then, watch this. He says, back at 27. Read it again, Jim.
"And divide the prey into two parts."
Oh, yours says pray.
Yeah. "And divide the prey into two parts, between them that took the war upon them who went out to battle, and between all the congregation."
Okay, so yours does show me too. Yeah, by listening to yours, it does show me too. So what I want you to see is, it's going to be, it says two, right? Where does God come in? That's why I said, when I show you the chart, you're going to see it. The chart is going to show them. The chart is going to show congregation. And then the chart is going to show God. Well, it's going to show them, God, congregation. That's the way it's going to show. So I said, I want you to see it so that you'll see what's going on with this situation. But the bottom line is God always gets his part as well as the others. But watch this. Then he's going to do one even deeper than that. 28 says what? Whose time is it? 28?
And levy a tribute for the Lord on the man of
See that?
went out to battle.
Keep going.
One of every 500 of the persons, the cattle, the donkeys, and the sheep. Take it from their half, give it to Eleazar, the priest, as a heave offering to the Lord.
Do you see it now?
Yeah, now I see.
So now you see, so who's going to get more?
The Lord.
No, who's going to get more? Look at it again. No, who's going to get more?
And the levy.
Go back and the levy, what? And levy?
a tribute for the Lord. The men of war.
Yes. But wouldn't they get more?
They would get the most.
They're the ones whose lives were at stake. So then they're going to get, then he's going to show them, now he's going to show them how they're going to divide it. And then he said one of every 500. You got to hear me. One of every 500, right? Of the persons. How many people we talking about? No, how many people we're talking about?
Millions.
Yes, millions. We're talking about anywhere from 3 to 4 million people. And you take 500, can you see now? Can you see how the math is working now? So it can get big. It can get pretty big because you're talking about millions. You're not talking about 1,000 people. You're looking at 1,000 people that went to war. 1,000 of each tribe that went to war. But of the 1,000 men each that went to war, now you're going to take 500 per person. 500 other persons. And what you're going to do is, now you're going to do some math in this. I'm saying that because they don't have a calculator. I'm saying that because, see, they've got to do this all by hand. Man, now why is that so? Because I give a kid if I take a kid a computer away from him today, he's what?
Lost.
He is lost. Ever went into a store and you didn't already figured out I'm giving you $5 and think it's $4.60, you owe me 40 cents? Yeah, but I'm serious. And they watch this, and the system went down. Okay, the system went down, and you still owe me change, man. Well, hold on, I gotta figure out. I said, this boy says, well, hold on, I gotta check it. I have to check it because I don't want my tilt short. They ain't got a clue. Now, how do I figure this thing out? How do I come up with these, with this? But this is in modern technology today. What do you say?
They know what it is.
Yeah, but if everything is down, they're in trouble. I'm serious. And normally in a business, you don't bring your cell phone out. Yeah, normally in the business. So think about it. You see, now I said that because look at this again. A levy.
And levy a tribute from the Lord on the men of war who went out to battle. One of every 500 of the persons.
So what do they have to do? That's your first one. So what do they have to do? Mathematically. What would they have to do? Let me help you. I got to find out how many millions of people there are. That's first of all. I got to have a premise somewhere, right? So I got 4 million people. Now I got to go with the 4 million people, and I got to come up with 500 every. See what I'm saying? Every 500 people. That's what I got to come up with. So now I got to do some dividing to come up with this. But if you ain't got, so if I ain't got a computer, you got it. You see what I'm saying? Now God, Lord have mercy, how am I to figure this out? Now I stated that because remember, who is to do this? Go back up. 26, go back up. 26.
You and
Eleazar, the priest,
and the chief fathers.
and the chief fathers of the congregation. So then, watch this. Then 12 men, that's your congregation. So 12 men, and then what? Eleazar, see it? 12 men. Huh? So you got 12 men. Well, you've got 14. So watch this. Count the plunder that you've taken of the men, and be you and Eleazar the priest and the chief priest. So Eleazar, who's the other one? Who? No. Moses. You got it. So then you got what? Now you got your 14. But watch this. So last time I checked, I didn't know, I thought the priests were to do what? Take care of the temple. You see now, what I'm trying to get you to see is, you see now what God has, the instructions or what God has given those priests and Moses, the responsibilities given them. Because why does it need Moses and Eleazar there? Why does it need them there? Huh? We know they're the leaders. Why would they need to be there? No, you could have stayed with where you were. But what you first did. So what am I saying then? Greed is always in the picture. Greed is always there. Yes. So what do? I put God's men who reverence me, who truly respect me, who knows what will happen if you cheat somebody. Remember 21,000 had already died. So then if this is the issue, remember Phinehas, remember him? Remember he ran the sword to stop the plague? Remember to stop the plague? Right. By the time he stopped the plague, how many were dead? 21,000.
24,000.
Was it 24,000? Were dead. So stop and think about it. So now, who's giving these instructions? God. And then God is saying who's really in charge is to make sure that everything, because this is a lot of plunder. Can you imagine So ain't nobody gonna miss this go around. Let me go take down, put that one in my pocket. You hear them saying, you know, everybody's counting. I'll take a cow or two. That ain't no. You said that can't happen. Yes, it can. You're talking about human beings. This is the way it is in this world today. It's always greed. Always, somebody can just always got to do something wrong. You got a president that stuck his foot in his mouth one more time. One more time. Now you got 4 Democratic women that's after him, that's attacking him. Don't make no kind of sense because you didn't say something stupid about her. Don't make no kind of sense. But what's going on? And he don't see nothing wrong. I ain't gonna make no apology. Why? A greedy man. You got a greedy man in office. What did you pay for taxes? 0. A greedy man. That's what you got in office. If you did it right, then you could pull your taxes out. You know you didn't do it right. But watch this. I threw it at the president, but I've seen, because I was in the banking world, I've seen it too many times when someone comes down to us and they're asking us, they want to do a loan. You know what I'm talking about. They want to do a loan. What do we check? Your Tues. We check your W-2s, your 1099s, right?
I check if I deal with a different level of credit. I'm commercial credit, so I check financial information.
And so you check finances. But watch this. We actually give us 2 years. Just go back 2 years of your statement. Pull your taxes out. On your taxes, you got what? You didn't make nothing. You show you took a loss. You know what I'm talking about, Lenny? You say, I took a loss. I didn't take a hit. I mean, I didn't gain nothing. You know good darn well you gained plenty. Now you want to come in because we're looking at your account. Your account is very heavy. Now you want to come in and see if you can borrow from the bank. And the bank says, I'm sorry, your W-2s, your statements say you're a risk. But I have $500,000 with you. But it shows in your statements you're a risk. So we don't want to give you. Now, quite naturally, what does that make them want to do? Take their money, right? So you take the money out of the account. But where you got to go? Where you going? See, they all work together. So what I'll do is I'll take my money out of the account and I'll go somewhere else for somebody to do this for me. How are they going to do it for you? Because I'm going to bring my money over to them. It's going to say the date you opened that account. It's going to say it. You can't push it back, so it's got to say it. Watch this. As far as they're concerned, I don't care what it says. Yes, I have to report this. See, I got to send you a statement. I mean, you know, talking about the end of the, I forgot now what you call it.
W-2.
At the end, right. I've got to show when this account was open. I got to show this. What you said, you know what I'm talking about, lady. So now what do you have? So you still come up short because you lied. So what I got to do is find somebody in the banking world crooked. That's what I got to do. And it goes on and on and on. As long as I can keep this going. Here's a good example. I used to hear this all the time concerning cars. It didn't pass smog. You hear me? You hear me? So what do I do, Steve?
Oh, we go talk to somebody that can. And we start paying the bills.
You got it. Isn't that something? The lady, the gentleman messed up on my car and Renee's car. He was running the smog thing, and in running the smog thing, he put down 2005, and which was my car. I mean, no, 2011, which was my white car. He put it down. And then I said, and I had already told him I have 2 cars. So I'll be back, because I found the place, and the guy, what did I take that, like $40? He was smart or something. I know it was real cheap. And I'm like, since I found him so cheap, I said, shoot, I'll be back to go bring the other one too. I brought it back I brought it back and he says, something's wrong, it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. And I said, so why is it not working? And then he clicked on him, oh my God. I says, what? He said, I'm gonna get sued, I'm gonna get fined. I said, how are you gonna get fined? He says, for your 2005, I put down 2011. I smiled it with, I used what you had, I put it on the other car. I said, so what do you need to do? He says, wait so I can hear it. He says, in the meantime, both your cars are small. But then he said, in the meantime, I said, well, can I give you the 40 bucks then for the other one? I mean, he was really deflated. He says, well, it really don't matter. He says, what I got to do now is get in here and do some kind of letter or something to let the government know that was my error. I made a mistake, and then wait for the penalty for it to come back. That was somebody that was honest, and I said, no, I'm willing to do. We can redo this. He says it's already gone. It went to, you know how they do it. It's already gone. Yeah, it's already gone to Sacramento. When it went through that system, it went straight to Sacramento. But that's what I told you. Listen to what's going on. Listen to all this division that's going on. Look at this, how you got to spend some time now to add this stuff to get it. 30 says what?
And of the children of Israel's have, thou shalt take one portion of 50 of the persons, of the beeves, of the, okay, I'm saying asses, pigs, and donkeys, and of the flocks, and of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites, which keep the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord.
Read it again, because 30 says what? Want you to say this?
And of the children of Israel's half, thou shalt take one portion of 50 of the persons, of the beeves, of the donkeys, and of the flocks, of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites, which keep the charge of the tabernacle.
So now what we got involved? Hello? See that? Now you got some more dividing to do. Because now you got some Levites. We went from 2 to 3. Now we're at 4. That you got to split all these spoils with. So now you got, so that mathematician's got to sit down and you got to come up with this. So I'm sure this wasn't done in a day. But you see what I'm saying? I'm sure this took some time to lay this stuff out. And remember, I said the spoils would be of the silver, the gold, things that they took. They could take gold bowls, gold vases, everything. So everything is now before Moses and Eleazar and those of the chief fathers. So they've all got to sit there. Can you imagine how this stuff has got to be lined up so that they can now go through it and count each one. And then they got to divide it, and then they got to come up with, you get more than your half, you get your half, you get yours, you get yours. It ain't an easy task. I'm sure it took them quite some time to calculate all this and to do this. And why are you doing this? Because what is God doing again? He's been fair, but he's doing something else. What is he doing to them? Testing them. God could have split that up and divided that stuff up for him in no time. But he's testing them. I've got to see now what you need to do, how you're going to do this. Why this test? Here we got test of obedience. But why this test? You just became victorious out of a war. Why this test? Why this test? You said because obedient, how about because of disobedience?
It's easy to become complacent and forget, because that's what they were doing. He continued to provide for them, he continued to lay it out for them, and what do? Before time lapse, they already began to kill again.
And what else? You better go. And what else? What did they not do?
Well, they were
What?
supposed to take.
Huh?
They didn't
What
kill
did
everyone.
They not do? Huh?
They didn't kill everyone.
Yeah, they were supposed to take the women and all.
Urgent disobedience. So aren't you tired of tests? This is what I'm saying. Aren't you tired of being tested? Then become obedient. It's just that simple. Then become obedient. And these tests will come to an end. But over and over and over, he's got to send test after test after test. God made the promised land. Let's try that. God knows what the promised land is about. Let's try that. God knows it's going to be beautiful. You don't do anything when you go into the promised land. Watch this. I'm killing the enemies. I'm making everything, all the provisions for you. I'm making it good so that when you come in, all you got to do is put your feet up in the air and enjoy yourselves. You still challenge me. You still playing this little game. We do it all the time. We play this game with God. What are you talking about? I'm guilty as the next man. When's the last time you've been in your closet? Did you hear me? When's the last time you've been in your closet? Have you pulled every sin that you know is in your closet? Have you pulled every sin out of your closet? Have you given it to the Lord? Did you hear me? I said we keep playing this game. The game has to stop. When the game stops, heaven awaits us. God says, I have the promised land waiting for you. You don't understand, but you want to keep one or two little items. You got a sin that you don't want nobody to know about, so you got that one in the closet. You know, I don't want you to know that I smoke. Oh, you need to hear me. I don't want you to know that I drink. I don't want you to know that I fornicate. Pornography. I don't know, wait a minute. What are you talking about? I don't want you to know that I lust. Did you hear me? These are things in the closet, and you need to open your closet and let it go, pour it all out, and say this before you, Lord. Now my closet is empty. Now God says, and I know it's empty because I know your heart. And so now that I know that your closet is empty, now guess what awaits you? I got the promised land waiting for you. Just like of them, the promised land, I've got the promised land awaiting you. When you leave this world, every last one of us wants to go to heaven. Heaven, the promised land, was what? That which on earth represented heaven. But until you get all this out your system, until you do exactly what I told you to do, I told you guys they're this close to going into the promised land, and you still got some stuff to stop you. Just that quick, you still got some stuff that's holding you back. Because you, watch this, because you thought the women were fine. Lord have mercy. So that's your closet is what I'm saying.
She's not here, huh?
No, I'm saying, he said you were fine. I'm saying true.
That's right. That's where, that's the closet.
Messed up, but it is what it is.
Like you said, and this is the same with us. When we stop playing games What I got in my closet, you're a lie and the truth ain't in there. You got something in your closet. You know you do. Open your closet. Your closet could also be, watch this, my closet, I don't know. Did you understand it could also be of resistance? Huh? What'd you say? Attitude. Did you hear me? Things of behavior. These are things that are in your closet that you say, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. And God is saying, when you open it, when you unlock it, I told you it's only a remnant that will enter into the kingdom of heaven. See, you don't understand. I know your heart. What you think you have hidden, it's not hidden at all from me. I see it all. I see everything. I'm praying that you finally see me as God. I'm praying that you finally understand you can't hide anything from me. I see everything. Oh, but what I'm going to do is, it's called, I said it Sunday, choice. It's your choice. What do you do? Heaven or hell? It's your choice. Open that closet. Because you got a choice. Or keep the closet closed. Because you have a choice. But it's your choice. What are you going to do with your life? It's so sad to see a brother leave this world so soon. But it really is. But it was his choice. It was his choice. And we can come up with all the, well, he's heaven bound. He said, we are not God.
Amen.
We're not God. We can't tell nobody where nobody goes.
Amen.
But watch this. Unless their behavior reflects, has shown us, you live in a life that's not godly. See, we can't judge. But I keep telling folks, yes, you can judge. Man been drunk all his life, he's an alcoholic, he's an adulteress, a fornicator, all his life, but he went to heaven. We don't know where he went. You need to stop lying. Yes, you do know where he went. He went to hell. He don't want to live right. You know where he went. He went to hell. No, well, you can't judge. Yes, I can. Matthew 7, yes, I can. 1 Corinthians 6, yes, I can too. It just has to be, you just said, righteous judgment. I have to deal with reality. I told her to remember, he looked like he's smiling. Yeah, the mortician did a great job. You know what I'm saying? That's all you see is the work of the mortician. And then you hear stuff like that. You do, you hear stuff like that. And you say, and I want to slap people upside the head. Hey, idiot. That's the work of the mortician. If you probably saw him when he was dying, then you'd have known, okay, that ain't him. You said that, but you said what I'm saying. Then you'd have known. I believe when death walks in that door, if you're not right with God, you're running. You're trying to stay away from him. If you're right with God, death comes in, that's a ride home. You welcome him. Satan says, I lost another. So he needs to go home. And my time has expired, but look at this, because I have the message.